Hello everyone, welcome back to another guide of Athena. Here we're going to look at her builds, like her skill builds, her item builds, and pretty much how she can change a team fight in an instant. Anyway, now let's go into her skill builds real quick. Her first ability is her dash. You will not be picking this up until like level 3 at the soonest. Then you have her taunt, which is her 2. She just in a cone, pretty much a very wide cone. It's big enough. Pretty much has everyone look at her, go towards her, and they're able to basically attack you. So just be aware of that. Then her 3 is where all her damage is. A lot of her damage. One, she puts down a group of soldiers, and then they explode. Pretty much. The first explosion is not where all the damage is. It's the second explosion. And then her ultimate is where she's able to teleport to an allied god, and while she's channeling her ultimate onto them, they're getting protections, and she will pretty much appear right on top of them. So pretty much that means you have a global where you can go anywhere that your allies are, so you can assist anywhere on the map, which makes that very strong. Skill builds. You're first gonna help your ADC with the camps, right? So you're gonna want to pick up your 3 first, but you should not pick that up immediately until you know you're not being ganked at the buffs, because you're gonna use your 3 to burst down the camps to help clear them. Then you're gonna do your normal support thing, keeping him alive in the lane. Now let's go into item builds. One. You have two semi-choices in the starting items. You can go with Mark of the Vanguard or Watcher's Gift. My opinion on Watcher's Gift has changed drastically since I last looked at how the meta changed and how things are going and how the item itself has changed. I find it's pretty much the most worthless piece of garbage you can ever pick up as a support, unless you plan on staying in lane the entire game. So picking up Mark of the Vanguard is what I strongly suggest, because one, it allows you to bully, it gives you protections, it gives you more HP than the Watcher's Gift can. Then of course you're going to want to pick up some wards, some multi-pots, due to the fact you're going to want HP and the mana, and also with the multi-pots you're able to carry the wards as well, and handle the gods of course. So the starting item they suggest to you in the screen is probably the better one you can go with. So let's just pick those up. Of course we're going to pick that, we don't need that. And of course, the first item you're probably going to want to get is going to be the Tier 3 Wrath of the Gods. You're going to want to get that by the 7-minute mark, because that's as soon as you're going to be able to pick up the Gold Fury safely. And for that you're going to want a Sentry Ward, so that's a lot of money going towards getting your team the Gold Fury. One, because that's 135 gold for a sentry and 900 to finish off the Wrath of the Gods. So I mean that means you're going to be in lane for a while. And another thing you're going to need to know is at the 3-minute mark, like was it 2 minutes ago, you're going to want to rotate for mid camps, because that's when they spawn now. And for a support, that is where your gold and XP is going to come from, is getting those. So you're going to have to keep your eyes on those and help, which means, and this is why the Watcher's Gift is useless, because with Watcher's Gift you're able to get extra gold and XP from minions dying around you. That does not affect the jungle creeps. And as a support you're going to be roaming a lot by the 3-minute mark, so that means you're spending 800 gold to get about roughly around 200, because you're going to be there for about a wave or 2 waves of golden XP from minions. So it's not worth it at all. And it doesn't. And also the Watcher's Gift doesn't only gives you 100 HP instead of 150, like the Mark of the Vanguard. So that's why I say the Mark of the Vanguard is superior to the Watcher's Gift any day now. Now let's go on to, after you get the Wrath of the Gods, you're going to want to get some more mobility, which is in boots. And this can really change. You can go with Shoes of the Magi's or Shoes of Focus. I would go with either one of those. The other two are unnecessary, I would have to say. I like to go with Shoes of the Focus, due to the fact that the cooldown means I'm able to spam my abilities a little bit more often, taunt a little bit more often, put up my burst a little bit more often, and my ultimate would be off cooldown quicker, which means I'm able to roam around and gank more often as well. So that's why I go with Shoes of the Focus. So let's pick that up. Next is the big defensive item, big defensive aura item you're going to want to pick up. That would be the definitely Heart Ward Amulet or the Sovereignty. Either one is fine, but it depends on which one you want to go for first. If there's a lot of physical damage on the enemy team, you're going to want to get Sovereignty first, because one, it gives you the protection you need to survive. Okay, then you're going to want to pick up the Heart Ward Amulet, because again, as more HP, that's more protections, and you're going to need that for the mages on the enemy team as well. Now the auras on these, they have changed. They split up the auras in the Sovereignty into two different items now. Pretty much now, Sovereignty gives magical protection of 20, and it also gives you 25 MPS. The Heart Ward Amulet is the opposite. It does not give you magical protection, but it gives you physical protection instead. But it gives you 20 MPS instead of 25. So pretty much what this really suggests that you're going to help your teammates out, and you're just giving them the protections so they don't have to buy any, and they can focus solely on offensive items. After that, that's pretty much what you're going to need for the entirety of the game. Then you can work on, now this is when you can work on another active. There's a lot of actives you can choose from to help your teammates out. You can go with Weakening Curse, which is a very good one if they have a lot of healing on their side and they are very mobile. But personally, my favorite one I like to go with is Shell of Absorption. It gives your teammates even more protections. So I mean, with this build, you're really looking to give your teammates so much protections that they're very hard to kill. They don't have to build any protections, and they have all the damage just to kill the enemy team. And it really helps with pushing towers and phoenixes as well. So let's pick up the Shell of Absorption here. And after that, it's pretty much just down to what the enemy team has. If there's a lot of physical there, you're going to want more physical protection for yourself. So with that, you can go with the Mystical Male or hide the Numian Lion. Either one is a very viable option if they're a heavy physical team. If they're a magical team, you're going to want more magical defense, like Bulwark of Hope, or the, so here, let me take a look here, Bulwark of Hope or Stone of Gaia. Either one is a very good option for those. I have to say those items are probably one of the top tier. And then if it's more of like a melting pot, like there's about the same even of physical and magical damage on the enemy team, Spirit Robe is a very strong one to go with, because it gives you both 40 magical protection and 40 physical protection as well. And also the passive on it is very strong with her as well, because if you get CC'd, it gives you 15% damage mitigation for a duration. And the cooldown for that is quite quick, as it's only a 6 seconds for the passive to be active again. So I mean, it's very strong, depending on what the enemy has. So that's one of the things about this game. You really need to know what you're dealing with. And by the looks of the enemy team, we have a Hue on the other side, along with a Sobek. So they have good fair of CC, because Hue has a stun, Sobek has a fling. Therefore, I would say picking up the Spirit Robe is probably what we're going to want to do here. It gives us some good pattern, and also besides the protections, it also gives us 15% cooldown reduction, which is actually really nice with her as well. So we're able to spam a little bit more often. So now we're getting to the part of the game where it's really into the late game, and most of the time your support, this is about as far as you're going to get in the items. So it's really just situational. You could go with Magi's Blessing, you could go with Stone of Gaia, you could go with Bulwark Hope, you can go with just any tanky item you so choose at this point. And that's really up to you guys. Now let me show you a skill build. You're gonna want. I think I already. Hey guys, did I already explain that? I'm probably getting ahead of myself.
Yes, you've covered over the skill build.
Okay, so my mistake. We're gonna show some play. Okay, so now let's put us in a scenario you'll probably normally see in a typical match. You're in base, you're grabbing items, you notice your ADC is being attacked by... he's being attacked, he's getting low. And it's like you need to get there ASAP, but you're all the way in base. If you're not, you're Athena. You can just ult right onto him, and you're going to be there to help him. Taunt, keep him in... pretty much in just... see how he just changed that around so very quickly. And if we were scared that he would die, you can just pop the shield and voila. Look how little damage that our Rama is taking. Out of everything that Huey threw at him, he only took about a sliver amount of damage. Because of our auras and our shield of absorption. And that is how she is really strong. Now a thing about... there is a very strong combo with her as well to deal some good burst damage. One, you want to first put down your wall, then you taunt immediately. What this forces the enemy to do is to stay within the radius of that for the massive burst damage of the second burst of your 3. So let's just go underneath the tower because you're a tank, you're not scared of it. You taunt him, then all of a sudden some good damage there. And if you need to, you can dash into. Pretty much you're a little bit sly for a you have quite a bit of mobility as a support as well, and quite tanky. And also, if you did not know, whenever you use an ability, your next basic attack actually becomes a ranged attack, which is quite interesting. But it only works if you land on something, like right here. There. You also realize my shield may be glowing as well. Whenever you run through through a minion with your 1, you gain a shield stack, max of 3 shield stacks. Whenever you're hit by a basic attack, it absorbs the damage that you would have taken. So I mean, it's actually pretty strong. So the idea of it is that you put down your 3, you taunt them, then you go through a minion wave to get some more protections, so you can take a little bit more damage. It's pretty much what the idea is, and that's the entire kit. What you're really looking is just to disrupt the team fight and making it easier for your allies to kill the enemy team. And your taunt can work on more than just one god. It can work up to multiple gods, as many that are inside the cone. So remember that as well. Trying to get as many of them in there as you can. And you build tanky due to the fact that they can still attack you with their basic attacks, even though I believe you're unable to use abilities. It is not confirmed at this point. See, he was about to get away there. Now since I have low HP, I can go back to base. But it's fine, since my ultimate is up, and I can just show right back up there almost immediately. And voila. Guess what? All that damage he did to me earlier is now neglected. And I can start tanking the tower again, giving protections and all this stuff. So I mean, Athena, the fact that her global ultimate makes her a top tier pick. So a top tier pick between her and Geb. In my suggestion, they're probably the best 2 supports in the game, Athena and Geb. So anyway, I hope you find this guide like helpful, useful, and that you understand her, that she is actually quite strong and should be feared. But anyway, do you guys have anything to add on to this?
When you're going after damage, don't be afraid to use something a little cute. Divine Ruin really helps out Athena in any type of scenario. If you have a Changa, a Herc, or anything like that, delivering payload. Just remember, you're the backbone, you're the spine. You keep everything together. That's support.
Yep, your job is to keep your allies safe while they deal the damage. So just remember that when you ever play support again. But like always, get out there, kill some fools, have fun. And like always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.